God, please don't. You're embarrassing both of us, she whispered when she saw the ring box. So, I put it away forever. 6 months later, she's crying because I'm engaged to someone who actually wanted me. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Throwaway account for obvious reasons. This all went down about a year ago, but it feels like yesterday sometimes. Or maybe like a lifetime ago, depending on the day. I'm sharing this because, well, maybe it'll help someone else spot the signs earlier than I did. Or maybe just because getting it out feels like closing the book for good. Anyway, buckle up. It's a doozy. My name's Alex, and at the time I was 28, working as a marketing manager for a mid-sized firm in the city. Solid job, nothing flashy, but it paid the bills and let me save for the future. That future, as far as I was concerned, included Sarah. We'd been together for 4 years, met through mutual friends at a backyard barbecue. She was this vibrant, free-spirited yoga instructor, always talking about aligning energies and living in the moment. I loved that about her. It balanced out my more structured side. I wasn't the type to chase thrills, but I was loyal to a fault. I'd supported her through everything, helping her get certified as an instructor, covering rent when her classes were slow, even skipping a couple of work trips so I could be there for her self-discovery retreats. Flashback to one of those. I remember sitting in our cramped apartment, poring over budgets while she packed for a week-long yoga immersion in the mountains. "Babe, this is going to change everything for me," she'd said, eyes sparkling. I smiled, handed her my credit card for gas, and waved her off. That's who I was. The guy who made sure the foundation was solid so she could build her dreams. By year 4, things felt rock steady. We talked marriage, kids, the whole package. Not in some rushed way, but organically. "I can't wait to grow old with you," she'd whisper during late-night talks. So I started planning the proposal. I wanted it perfect, something that captured us. Our favorite Italian spot downtown, the one with the dim lights, live jazz in the corner, and that tiramisu she raved about. I'd booked a corner table, coordinated with the staff to play her favorite song softly in the background. The ring was simple but elegant, a solitaire diamond on a white gold band. I'd saved for months, even took on freelance gigs to afford it without dipping into our joint savings. I pictured her face lighting up, tears in her eyes, the yes that would seal it all. The night arrived. I was nervous, sure, but the good kind. The kind that buzzes with anticipation. Sarah looked stunning in a flowy sundress, her hair down like I loved. We ordered appetizers, chatted about her latest class. "This new guy, Jake, joined the advanced session," she mentioned casually. "He's got this incredible flow, total natural." I nodded, not thinking much of it. Yoga folks were always coming and going in her stories. Dinner progressed. Wine flowed. As dessert came, I felt the moment build, heart pounding. I reached into my pocket for the box. That's when it happened. Her eyes flicked down, caught the outline of the box under the tablecloth, and her face. God, her face. It wasn't joy or surprise. It was panic. Pure, unfiltered dread. Like I'd pulled out a grenade instead of a ring. She grabbed my hand under the table, nails digging in a bit too hard, and leaned in close. Her whisper was sharp, laced with something like disgust. "God, please don't. You're embarrassing both of us. Everyone here can see this isn't... We're not that." I froze. The jazz notes blurred into noise. The box felt like lead in my palm. "What?" I managed, keeping my voice low, though my mind was reeling. She glanced around like we were in a spotlight, then hissed under her breath, "Alex, just put it away. This isn't the time, or maybe ever. I thought you knew things were off." Off? My brain scrambled to catch up. We'd had a minor argument a week back about schedules, her staying late at the studio more often, but nothing that screamed off. I slid the box back into my pocket, the velvet burning against my thigh. The waiter brought the tiramisu. We ate in silence, her forcing smiles at passers-by. I paid the bill. We left. The drive home was tense, the radio filling the void. Back at the apartment, I couldn't hold it in. I set the keys down, turned to her. "Sarah, what the hell was that? We've talked about this. About us." She sighed, dropping her purse on the couch, avoiding my eyes. "I know, but things change, Alex. I've been feeling trapped lately. Like, you're great, but you're so predictable. Safe. I need more flow in my life, you know?" "Flow?" I echoed, confusion mixing with a sinking gut. "Yeah," she said, finally meeting my gaze, but it was detached, almost pitying. "Jake from yoga. We've been exploring things. Nothing physical yet, but emotionally he's on my wavelength. He gets the spiritual side, the adventure. You're more about plans and stability. It's sweet, but it's not exciting me anymore." Exploring things. The words hit like a slap, but I didn't flinch. Not outwardly. Inside, flashbacks raced. Me picking her up from late classes, cooking dinner so she could unwind, listening to her vent about difficult students. All while she was exploring with Jake. "How long?" I asked, voice steady. "A couple months," she admitted, shrugging like it was casual. "I didn't plan it. It just happened during sessions. We'd talk after, grab coffee. He's divorced, free-spirited. Makes me feel alive." "And me? What about us?" I pressed calmly. No yelling, no pleading. She crossed her arms, a smug edge creeping in. "Us was good for a while. But honestly, proposing would have locked me in. I'm not ready for that. You're embarrassing yourself thinking I was." There it was again. Embarrassing. Like my love was some joke. I nodded once, processing. No tears from me. No outburst. Just a quiet acceptance settling in. "Okay, we're done then." She blinked, surprised. "Just like that?" "Yeah," I said. "Just like that." That night, I didn't sleep much. Sarah crashed on the couch, saying she'd figure out her stuff in the morning. Me? I stared at the ceiling, the ring box on the nightstand, mocking me. Confusion swirled. How had I missed this? But I didn't beg her to explain more. Didn't text friends for advice. I just lay there letting the unfairness sink in. It felt like I'd built a house on sand, and now it was crumbling. Morning came. She was up early, packing a bag. I made coffee, handed her a mug without a word. She took it, hesitated. "Alex, we should talk more. This doesn't have to be messy." I leaned against the counter, sipping mine. "What's there to say? You made it clear last night." She set the mug down, frustration flickering. "Come on, don't be like this. I'm not the villain here. People grow apart. People grow apart. Jake, he challenges me. You are always so content with routine. Work, home, repeat. I need passion, spontaneity." "Passion," I repeated flatly. "Like sneaking around behind my back?" "It wasn't sneaking," she snapped, defensive now. "We were just talking at first. Flirting, maybe. But you never noticed because you're always buried in spreadsheets. I tried hinting. Remember when I said I felt stagnant? You just suggested a vacation." I remembered. I'd booked tickets for a weekend getaway, thinking it would recharge us. She'd canceled last minute for a yoga workshop. Hindsight stung. So this is my fault for being reliable. She rolled her eyes, that smug dismissiveness back. See, that's your twisted logic. It's not about fault. It's about compatibility. Jake gets my energy. He's not afraid to live without a safety net. You proposing was like forcing a square peg into a round hole. Embarrassing for both of us. Really? I echoed her restaurant line. It cut, but I stayed composed. If that's how you see it, fine. Take what you need. I'll handle the lease. You're seriously not going to fight for this? She asked, almost incredulous, like she expected drama. Why would I? I replied evenly. You chose. I'm respecting that, she huffed, grabbing more clothes. Whatever. You'll regret letting me go so easily. Guys like Jake don't come around often. I didn't respond, just watched her stuff the bag, call an Uber. As she left, she paused at the door. We can still be friends, right? Once things settle. I shook my head. No. Clean break. Her face twisted. Maybe surprise, maybe annoyance. Fine. Your loss. The door slammed. The apartment echoed empty. I sat on the couch, the silence heavy. No immediate rebound plans. No vengeful posts online. Just me. Processing. I called work, took a personal day, walked to the park, sat on a bench, replayed it all. The confusion hit hardest. How could 4 years unravel over some yoga flirt? It felt undeserved, like I'd been a placeholder, but I didn't rage. Instead, I returned the ring that afternoon. Got most of the money back, deposited it into savings. Changed the locks that evening. Practical, not petty. Then I blocked her number, unfollowed on socials, detached. Disappeared from her world. The next days blurred. Friends reached out after she must have spun her story. Texts like, "Heard about you and Sarah. Man, you okay?" I kept replies short. Yeah, moving on. No details. Nights were rough. Flashbacks to her head on my shoulder during movie nights, whispering, "You're my rock." Now that rock was discarded. Unfairness gnawed. I'd sacrificed weekends for her gigs, emotional energy for her doubts. And for what? To be called embarrassing. But I didn't dwell publicly. I started small changes. Gym routine. Reading books on mindfulness. Ironic, given the yoga angle. The silence let me sit with it all. No rush to win the breakup. Weeks turned to months. I didn't chase distractions right away. No wild nights out, no apps, no rebounds. Instead, I leaned into the quiet. Work became my anchor. I threw myself into projects, even pitched a new campaign that got me a raise. Focus on what you can control, I told myself. Confusion lingered like fog. Some mornings, I'd wake expecting her text, then remember. Evenings, the apartment felt too big. One flashback hit hard during a solo dinner. Remembering how I'd quit my softball league to free up time for her classes. "Go without me," she'd say. "I need you here." So I did. Now I sat alone with pasta, the investment feeling wasted. I journaled some. Not dramatically, just facts. What went wrong? My internal voice shifted gradually from why me to what now? I reconnected with old friends I'd neglected during couple life. A buddy dragged me to trivia night. I laughed, genuinely, for the first time in weeks. Started hiking on weekends. Fresh air cleared my head. Dating? Not yet. I needed space. About 3 months post-breakup, a colleague introduced me to Emily at a work happy hour. She was in graphic design, sharp wit, warm smile. We talked art, travel. Easy, no pressure. Coffee turned into dinners. She excited me without chaos. Appreciated my stability. Called it grounding. "You're thoughtful," she'd say. Not everyone is. It felt genuine. Not like I was filling a void. Meanwhile, I kept tabs minimal, but mutuals mentioned Sarah. "She's with that Jake guy now." Fine by me. I focused inward. Therapy helped unpack the betrayal. "You gave a lot," the counselor said. "Time to give to yourself." I did. Enrolled in a photography class, something I'd always wanted. Snapped cityscapes at dawn. Found peace behind the lens. The unfairness faded. Clarity grew. I wasn't broken. I'd been mistreated. By month 5, Emily and I were solid. She met my family. They loved her. "She's good for you," my mom said. We took a short road trip. Nothing extravagant. Her enthusiasm was infectious. "This is amazing," she'd exclaimed, staring out at the overlook. No constant need for more. No restlessness. Calm. Mutual. The proposal idea sparked naturally. Not rushed. Simple. A picnic at the park where we first kissed. Thoughtful ring. Emerald cut. Her style. No panic this time. Just certainty. That's when karma started creeping in. At least from what filtered through mutual channels. I wasn't stalking. I stayed off social media. But the city wasn't that big. About 4 months after the split, a friend texted, "Dude, Sarah's thing with Jake imploded." I didn't pry, but details came anyway. Jake was a serial dater. Charming, zero commitment. Talked twin flames and road trips, then ghosted her for another student. Left her with a vague text about needing space for his journey. She confronted him at the studio. He played it cool. We were just flowing. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. She posted cryptic quotes about impermanence. Mutuals distanced themselves. One messaged me privately. "She's not handling it well. Her classes thinned down." She canceled sessions. Financial stress piled up after quitting a side gig. She crashed with a friend. The public breakdown came at a local wellness fair. Witnesses said she cornered Jake, voice rising. He shrugged, walked away. She broke down crying, mascara running, vendors staring. Photos circulated quietly. I heard it all over coffee with a buddy. "She's a wreck, man." I nodded. Felt nothing. Not pity, not satisfaction. Just detachment. My life was moving forward. Hers was stuck. By then, Emily and I were talking future. Subtly, but real. Seeing Sarah's unraveling confirmed what I'd already accepted. I dodged a bullet. No more confusion. The unfairness felt balanced. The attempt started around month 5. First, a text from an unknown number. "Hey, it's Sarah. Can we talk?" Deleted. Another came a week later. I messed up. Jake was a mistake. Ignored. Calls followed. Voicemails. I was confused. "You were always so steady." No response. Then escalation. She showed up at my office lobby. Reception buzzed me. I said, "Send her away." Texts followed. "Why are you being so cold?" Blocked. Then her friends. Her sister. Her mom. Guilt. Accusations. I replied once, polite and firm. "Please stop contacting me." The desperation peaked. Late-night messages. Jealousy. Anger. "You embarrassed me by proposing." I stayed silent. Their toxicity only reinforced my peace. Emily knew the basics. We laughed it off. "Block and delete," she said. I did. The power shift was obvious. She discarded me. Now she clawed back. But I was done. The finale unfolded at our engagement party. Emily's idea. A casual backyard gathering in a mutual friend's place. Low-key, string lights, barbecue, close circle. I'd proposed 2 weeks earlier at that park picnic. Her yes was immediate, enthusiastic, tears of joy, no panic. Yes, 1,000 times yes, she'd said, hugging me tight. The contrast was impossible to miss. Invites went out. Somehow Sarah heard. Maybe a stray mutual. Maybe social noise. She showed up uninvited, slipped in through the side gate mid-evening. I spotted her first. Disheveled hair, forced smile, a wine glass clenched like a shield. Guests mingled, soft music played, laughter drifted across the yard. She beelined straight for me while Emily chatted nearby. "Alex," Sarah started, voice shaky but urgent. "We need to talk. Now." I stayed calm. "Sarah, this isn't the place." "Please," she pressed, eyes darting. "I saw the announcement. Engaged already? After everything?" "I was wrong," she rushed on. "Jake was nothing. You were the one. Give me another chance. I'll change." Emily noticed then, stepping closer, polite curiosity on her face. "Oh," she said warmly. "Are you a friend?" Sarah's face twisted. Jealousy flashed, raw and unfiltered. I met Sarah's gaze, steady. "Just someone who taught me exactly what I didn't want." I paused, then added, "Remember? We're not that." Her hypocrisy landed hard. "That's not fair," she snapped. "You embarrassed us both with that proposal. Now you're rubbing this in." "No," I said firmly. "I'm living my life. You're the one showing up, making a scene." Guests nearby went quiet. A few shifted uncomfortably. Whispers rippled. "You're embarrassing yourself now." Her eyes filled. "But I love you. Please don't do this." I shook my head. Calm. Final. "Sarah, you're irrelevant here. I've built something real, career thriving, peace intact, happiness with Emily. You chose your path. This is mine. Goodbye." She stood frozen for a second, then turned and stormed out, sobbing openly. The gate clattered behind her. The party resumed slowly, conversations restarting. Music softened the edges. Emily squeezed my hand. "You okay?" I nodded, and I meant it. Sarah was powerless now. A faded echo. Later that night, I blocked the last numbers, deleted the final voicemails. Life moved on. Wedding plans, shared dreams, quiet mornings, easy laughter. Sarah became a lesson. Nothing more. Complete. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.